Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sealand News Brief. This week is 8th week of the year. Let's take a look at 30-year fixed rate. It's 3.99, pretty much same as last week. And 15-year mortgage rate is 3.15. And FHA remains pretty much same. And 10-year Treasury yield went down a little bit, out of 2% range. I think it's better than just keep climbing up, because if the 10-year Treasury yield is going up, then we will see increase of the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. Okay. And of course, in March, any moment, Fed will increase the reference rate here. The reference rate is right now still 0 to 0.25, but we hear news that Fed might increase 0.5% at one time. Usually, they increase by 0.25% at the time. Okay, let's take a look at the first news. It's a local news. New Jersey will notify possible lead warning in drinking water. Oops. Well, New Jersey is one of those states notorious about the drinking water. And this time, about 180,000 New Jersey residents, they found 180,000 pipes might have a problem with lead contamination. So they will be notified if they are under lead contamination possibility in their drinking water, starting on February 22nd. And those residents who are under the issue will receive the notification within this week. I have not received it yet, so we'll see. And the Governor Murphy signed the bill that all the contaminated water pipes will be replaced for 10 years. And you can take a look at this site and you can check which area might have this warning. Okay. By the way, in terms of lead contamination in the drinking water, usually the reference point is 15 ppb, part per billion. If lead component is over 15 ppb, then the drinking water system has to be stopped. Sometimes school, they announce, don't drink the drinking water, then either they have to send the kids to home, or they have to provide Poland spring water, etc. Sometimes we hear the news. So this is one of those situations. So you can take a look at this website. I checked in, but the site has some problem right now. So I guess a lot of people are taking a look at whether their house, the drinking water has an issue or not. 오늘 중앙일보에 보도된 내용인데요. 뉴저지에 지금 납이 들어간 납이 검출되는 수도 파이프가 한 18만 가구가 된다. 그런 발표가 있었어요. 그래서 22일서부터 그 이슈가 있을 집에는 편지를 보내게 돼 있어서 받게 될 것이다. 버겐 카운티도 썸 에어리어가 있으니까 한번 주의 깊게 메일을 한번 보시고요. 그리고 이제 뉴저지의 일종의 챌린지죠. 드링킹 워터에 그 납 들어가는 게. 그래서 앞으로 next 10year 동안 모든 그 납이 가능성이 있는 파이프들을 수도관을 바꾸겠다. 그래서 가버너 머피가 그 빌에 사인을 했고요. 그리고 일반적으로 알아놓으실 거 한 가지는 이제 기준치가 납 성분을 파티클로 봤을 때 15 parts per billion, 그러니까 빌리언 파트에 15개만 있어도 그 경고로 보고 퍼블릭 드링킹 시스템을 스탑하게 돼 있어요. 특별히 학교 같은데. 가끔 신문에 그런 보도가 나오는 걸 여러분들 보셨을 거예요. Okay, next news is after Surfside, Florida, mortgage giants want safety assurance. As you know, last year June, this Surfside tower condo collapsed and killed 98 people. So from that instant on, the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are asking questions about the safety and the soundness of condos and co-op buildings. Okay, and so mortgage giants, these two organizations, the government-supported companies. So it's like 50-50, private and government 50-50. Giants, these two companies, said they would stop buying loans connected to buildings with a significant default, maintenance, and safety issues. In other words, these two organizations are buying the small banks or in the market their loan. Okay. So if they don't buy this bank's loan, okay, then the bank will have a trouble because they don't have enough funds. So they have a power. So they have provided lenders with the. So if they don't buy, the trouble. So if they saying you have to do this, then everybody has to listen to it. They have provided lenders with new in-depth questionnaire. Probably if you are buyers or sellers or real estate professionals, you know when you purchase a condo or co-op, the mortgage company is asking questionnaires about the condo. How many renters, how many homeowners, single owner has more than 10% units, etc. And then FHA approval or not. So there are so bunch of so many questions in the questionnaire. The mortgage company have to have that questionnaire. Okay, so the new in-depth questionnaires, more the tough questionnaires to be completed by condo management and management companies, associations, and boards about the building conditions. So they provide the new forms. But the problem is that people responsible for filling out the forms are not sure how to answer all the questions. So this is a big issue in real life. As a homeowner, if you want to sell the unit, same thing. Buyer has to go through mortgage, and the mortgage lender will ask this kind of questionnaire. And if this questionnaire becomes tough, then typically property management staff also they don't know how to answer. Okay, so that can be trouble. So this confusion is slowing down the loan approvals and could make it more difficult for condo or co-op buyers to get mortgages. That means they are going to shy from condos. So reducing access to the affordable homes. The median sales price for previously owned condo and co-ops stood at $297,800 in January, below the median price of $357,100 for single-family homes, according to NAR. So condo median price is lower right now, and even this situation makes worse. And the Fannie Mae didn't make the law, but they have so much power to buy back the small mortgage lenders the loan package, so they can have this kind of a power to enforce the most questionnaires, tough questionnaires, because of this condo fell down and collapsed and killed the 98 people in Florida. Well, Florida has a specific geological issues because a lot of foundation, they have a problem with the salt. Okay, so that's kind of a besides. Well, the Fannie Mae, the Freddie Mac, they are addressing in general about the safety issues of a condominium. 플로리다에 아시죠? 서프사이드 플로리다에 칸도가 무너져가지고 98명이 죽었는데 그 이후로 지금 페니메이하고 프레디 맥이 그 칸도 퀘스천이에요. 여러분들이 그 칸도를 사실 때나 파실 때 모기지 쪽에서 퀘스천을 해야 되는데 그걸 더 힘들게 터프하게 만들고 세이프티 컨설이 있는지 그리고 고쳐야 될 부분을 고치지 않은 게 있는지 뭐 이런 것들을 그러다 보니까 칸도 세일이 조금 더 어려워질 수도 있겠죠. 그래서 일반적으로 지금 칸도의 미디언 프라이스가 조금 싱글 패밀리보다는 낮다. 그래서 예를 들어서 전국적으로 지금 30만 불이 안 된다. 칸도나 코압은 그러나 싱글 패밀리 하우스는 지금 35만 7천 정도 된다. 동쪽 에버리지가 그런 뉴스가 지금 들어와 있고요. 플로리다는 좀 다른 얘기지만 나중에 또 하겠지만 클라이밋 체인지 때문에 해면의 온도가 올라가면 전부에도 얘기했지만은 지금 시뮬레이션이 많이 나오고 있는데 해수의 바닷물의 온도가 4도 올라가면 플로리다의 반이 완전히 물에 잠겨버리는 그 시뮬레이션 한 지도까지도 다 나와 있어요. 그래서 플로리다는 우리가 pay attention 할 필요가 있을 것 같아요. Okay, next news is Disney to start residential business. Walt Disney? Yes. Walt Disney CEO said it plans to start developing residential community. Now they want to be in residential community business. Well, they had before, but I think they are serious this time, starting with one in Rancho Mirage in California, Coachella Valley. Okay, and the company sort of division name is Story Living by Disney. That's the new business name, and they will cooperate. They will collaborate with Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a company called the DMB Development, and the development will be called Cotino. And Cotino will have at least one section expressly for the 55 plus, okay, 55 years and above. And also home buyer will able to choose from estates like single family homes or condominium. It's a huge complex. But Disney actually a long time ago had sold luxury vacation homes through its 980-acre gated Golden Oak community in Florida. And also 1990s, Disney developed 5,000-acre residential community in Florida known as Celebration. So they sold this, but now they divested most of its interest in Celebration. So they didn't do much business. But now it looks like they're going back to the residential development. And also they're going to go to, I guess, Florida pretty soon. They started in California. 디즈니, 월트 디즈니 아시죠? 매직 킹덤 그런 디즈니 아시죠? 디즈니 월드, 디즈니랜드, 캘리포니아 디즈니랜드가 있고 그런데 이제 레지던셜 커뮤니티 디벨롭먼트 비즈니스 시작을 하겠다. 그래서 그 비즈니스 디비전 이름이 스토리 리빙 바이 디즈니고 지금 거기에 디벨롭먼트 단지 이름이 커티노라고 해서 그 단지에는 뭐 컨도도 있고 싱글 패밀리 홈도 있고 또 특별히 한 섹션에 55 플러스 그렇죠? other community, active other community 그런 단지도 준비를 다 하겠다. 그런 발표가 있었습니다. Okay, well, sounds like everybody is looking into real estate business. Okay, again, real estate business. Blackstone. Probably you know Blackstone, this company, the biggest wealth management company in the world. I think, if I'm not wrong, is a BlackRock. And Blackstone is also, I believe, is one of about a 10th in terms of ranking in the world as asset management company. So people who has money give this money to this company, and this company will take care of it to increase the assets, basically. And Blackstone agrees to buy rental apartment complex, preferred apartment communities. They will pay $5.8 billion cash. This deal demonstrates strong investor demand for multifamily properties in Sun Belt state because preferred apartment communities in Atlanta, Georgia. And they have a lot of different complexes. And the Blackstone's all cash purchase values at this the real estate investment trust at $25 a share. And Blackstone is one of the world's largest commercial property owners. Well, when we say commercial property, we include apartment complex, even though its uses is residential, but because it's a business, we classify it as a commercial property. Has been a big investor in rental apartment for years. So they like the rental apartments, so they're buying rental apartment. And the firm is purchasing preferred apartment through its largest fund called REIT. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Blackstone REIT, which has raised more than $50 billion since it started 5 years ago, and mostly targets individual investors. The smallest amount of investment was as small as what? $2,500. So even you can invest this REIT, okay? And personally, yes, I am interested in, and I'm going to find out more. And their yield is very good. It's like annually, usually 8% and something, but including plus the real estate appreciation. If we add that, it's about 15% return on investment. So if I find out more about this REIT, I will let you know. 오케이, 블랙스톤이라는 컴퍼니 이제 여러 번 나오죠. 계속해서. 왜냐하면 미국에서 한 10개 안에 들어가는 웰스 매니지먼트 컴퍼니. 그러니까 부자들이 여기다 갖다 돈을 주죠. 그럼 이 사람들은 돈을 불리죠. 그래서 리턴을 이제 돌려주는 이런 컴퍼니들이 많죠. 웰스 매니지먼트. 그거보다 더 큰 거는 넘버 1은 블랙락이라고 하는 컴퍼니인데, 이 사람들이 돈을 불리려면 어떻게 해야 되느냐. 물론 스탁이나 뮤추얼 펀드 뭐 이런 것도 가겠죠. 헤지 펀드도 갈 수도 있고. 그러나 부동산 쪽으로 가는 게 만만치 않다. 그래서 지금 특히 블랙스톤 같은 경우에는 부동산 참 좋아하고요. 그래서 라지 렌탈 아파트먼트를 상당히 많이 사들이고 있었다. 근데 요번에 이 렌탈 아파트 $5.8 billion 주고 산 거는 어디서 어느 펀드로 샀느냐 하면 여러분들 소개해드렸죠. 블랙스톤 REIT라고 REIT. 이건 뭐냐면은 한 5년 전서부터 스몰 투자자들을 위해서 이 컴퍼니 REIT를 만들었어요. 이게 REIT하고 쉽게 얘기하자면 그냥 리얼리스트의 뮤추얼 펀드 같다 이렇게 생각하시면 돼요. 네? 그래서 적게는 2,500불도 투자할 수 있어요. 그거를 5year 동안 모았는데 마치 여러분들 아시는 그 클라우드 펀딩 같은 거죠. 내가 잘 모르는 소액 투자자들이 막 돈을 투자를 하는 거죠. 그래서 이제 그만큼 크레디빌리티가 있으니까 블랙스톤 같은 이런 것이 이제 가능하겠죠. 그래서 50 빌리언을 얻었어요. 그래서 그 중에서 지금 요번에 5.8 빌리언 주고 이 아파트만 단지를 산 거다. 그러니까 어떻게 돈을 버시는지 여러분들이 이제 알 수가 있을 것 같아요. 이 리얼 이스테이트 쪽으로. The next news is the drive-through demand heats up. Wall Street Journal reported today that demand for humble drive-through lane is booming as coffee makers, chicken joints, and other fast food operators vie for limited supply. They really want to buy it, okay, looking for this drive-through. And the drive-through real estate was growing even before the COVID-19, but it exploded last year when total sales volume for restaurant, pharmacy, and bank properties hit a record 12 billion, according to Costa. That represents a 43% increase from 2019. That's a lot, and doubling in sales from 2012. For instance, the Dutch Bros, Oregon-based company, sells coffee and energy drinks. They increased the drive-through like crazy, and the Shake Shack, we know that, and they opened 3 drive-through locations in the past 3 months. That's really interesting change. And also Chipotle, Mexican Grill, opened its first drive-through, which it calls Chipotlane, in 2018. Now they have 355 in operation across the U.S. So that's a lot. And the Checkers Drive-In restaurant is also rolling out voice-activated systems. Drive-through, they have to get the order, but AI will respond. So they use AI, artificial intelligence, to take the customers' orders. That's kind of interesting. So in real estate point of view now, if you look at drive-through buildings, now you know what to do, okay? Because it's a hot commodity in real estate, same as warehouse. So it's kind of new trend, and everybody looks like it's convenience, right? They drive through, they order, and then they go home. Not anymore crazy about dine in. Okay, they used to, we like to dine in. Okay, and Shake Shack also they stick to dine in only, but not anymore. 드라이브스루 로케이션이 많이 있죠. 지금 은행들은 드라이브스루를 이제 드라이브스루에서 철수하는 경향이고, 은행들은 아무래도 리테일 스페이스 자꾸 작아지니까, 그죠? 온라인이 발달하고 이래서 그런 스페이스들이 이제 이런 커피숍이나 패스트푸드 체인들로 채워진다. 그래서 여기 있는 그런 컴퍼니들이 지금 드라이브인 자리를 찾으려고 눈이 아주 vie for limited supply 눈뜨겨보고 있다. 그러니까 여러분들이 혹시 이런 치폴레 체인이나 쉐이크 체인이나 더치 브로나 이런 걸 뉴저지 뉴욕에 있는 체인만 또 찾아서 한번 접근을 하셔도 재미있을 것 같고요. 드라이브스루가 있다면 그래서 그 이제 이런 부동산의 그 지형도가 바뀌게 되는 거죠. Okay, the next news is, well, we talked about from Lawrence Yun's article, the gas price went up. What is going on? The gas price soar, pain at the pump. Record newspaper reported today. Well, in New Jersey, the gas price went up 21 cents per gallon from a month ago, and 85 cents from a year ago. And the total average of right now, so to an average of $3.61 per gallon. And Russia's provocation in Ukraine and the beginning of US sanctions Tuesday against Russia have steadily driven up the oil price, while normal seasonal production costs are increasing. Sorry about that, misspell. Cost. Increasing prices at the refinery. So seasonally also it's time to increase the oil price, but the Russia situation even more push. And that comes on top of month increases as supplies fail to keep up with the pent-up demand among pandemic-weary motorists. Well, pent-up demand means, from now on, we need more gas, so they keep buying, basically. So pent-up demand. So after get out of pandemic period, they expect more demand, so they keep buying more to store. That means demand goes up, so price goes up. But now is Russia situation even added the situation. So on Tuesday, the price per barrel of Brent crude is kind of a standard for international oil. Brent crude rose about $4.50 and nearly 5%. And to hit about $98. So very soon we'll hit $100 per barrel. Well, the best way to save, according to Consumer Report magazine, is you're driving slowly. Drive slowly. An experiment reports that dropping 50 miles per hour from 65 miles per hour increased the fuel efficiency by 6 miles per gas. They experiment with Altima, and they also checked with the RAV4. They can save 8 miles per gas. So general tip is for you to save gasoline is slow down, okay? And FHA, Federal Highway Administration, estimates that the typical American drives about 14,000 miles per year and consumes about 560 gallons of gas yearly. So this can be trouble, especially real estate professionals. We drive a lot, and gas price will affect. 지금 그 가스 프라이스가 지금 굉장히 올라가고 있는데 뉴저지 에버리지가 지금 $3.61라고 하네요. 그리고 1년 전 대비 85센트로 올라갔고 한 달 전 대비 21센트로 올라갑니다. 지금 그 봄철이 되면 조금 더 올라가는 경향이 있는데 프로덕션을 체인지해야 되기 때문에 근데 러시아 시츄에이션이 지금 더 그 불난데 기름을 붓고 있다. 이런 지금 상황이고요. 그래서 지금 배럴당 값이 $98, 곧 $100가 된 것 같아요. 그 Tuesday에 $98까지 올라갔는데, 근데 한 가지 팁이 지금 그 컨슈머 리포트 매거진에서 리포트한 건데요. 속도를 줄이시면은 가스를 덜 쓴다고 해요. 당연한 건가요? 아무튼 그래서 실험을 했는데 알티마 같은 경우에 65마일로 가던 거를 55마일로 가면 6MP gas, 그러니까 가스 갤런당 6마일을 더 갈 수 있다. 이런 거고, REV4는 8마일을 더 갈 수 있다. 그런 지금 실험을 해서 컨슈머 매거진이 얘기를 해줬고요. Federal Highway Administration에서 그 에스티메이트 한 거는 미국 사람들이 1년에 한 14,000마일을 보통 에버리지로 드라이브한다. 그거를 가스로 바꾸면 한 560갤런을 쓴다. 1년에 그렇게 통계가 나와 있습니다. Okay, and let's take a look at the home price rise hit record 18.8% in 2021. Now we are coming up the statistics, numbers for year 2021 because it takes some time to finalize all the numbers for past year. And S&P Colors Case-Shiller National Home Price Index is rather wrong, which measures average home prices in major metropolitan area across the nation. This index rose 18.8% in the 12 months that ended December. So, and this is the highest increase since this index began in 1987. So that's what we are experiencing. Last year, pandemic year, but home price went up by 18.8%. We're talking about this Case-Shiller index for major cities. And really the COVID-19 pandemic kicked off a nationwide housing boom. So we'll remember much later on, the pandemic period, house market was booming. And households took advantage of record low rates and sought, sorry misspelled, today was kind of in a hurry, a lot of mistyping, sought more space to work from home. And home sales climbed up to a 15-year high in 2021 also. So home price went up and also number of sales also went up. And for instance, Phoenix case is a crazy market, the fastest home price growth. I don't know after the climb up that much, what's going to happen later. But anyway, Phoenix, okay, and it went up, the price went up, price growth continued for 31 straight months. So at 32.5% increase, counting its record streak in the top spot. And then second is Tampa, Florida, posted the second fastest growth at 29.4%. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart. This is Case-Shiller Index, National Home Price Index, and this is 2010. Okay, 2010, and this is 2012. You can remember this is probably what? The financial crisis, and 12, and the 14, and went up, and then went down, 16, 18, and this would be the pandemic period. So after that, 2021, this would be 2021, sure. And about this is 2020. Okay, so we are here right now. So it starts coming up, and it hits increase, price increase, hit 18.8% right now. So that's where we're at here. So it's above than any period in the past since 2010. 집값이 이제 2021년도의 집값 통계가 이제 파이널라이즈 돼서 나오는데 여기 Case-Shiller 인덱스 경우는 미국의 메이저 메트로폴리탄 에리아 집값을 비교하는데 통계로 이제 18.8%가 올랐다라고 결론을 지었다 이런 거고요. 그런데 이제 그건 에버리지고 피닉스 같은 데는 32.5% 올랐고요. 세컨드 플레이스 같은 데 템파, 플로리다는 29.4% 올랐고 플로리다가 전반적으로 무지하게 많이 올라갔다 그러죠. 이제는 더 이상 뭐 플로리다도 싸지 않다 뭐 이런 얘기를 하니까 마찬가지 피닉스도 그렇겠죠. 32% 정도가 올랐으면 이제 어떻게 마켓이 이제 어떻게 진행이 될지 상당히 궁금한데 그래서 generally 우리가 나중에 미래에서 우리가 과거를 되돌아볼 때 2021년은 정말 하우징 마켓이 부밍이었다. 왜 코비드 때문에 오히려. 그래서 코비드 19이 참 많은 이야기를 만들어내는데 하우징 마켓은 it was really booming year였다. Especially 2021. 2020에서부터 좀 준비를 했죠. 2021도 역시 마찬가지였다. 그렇게 결론을 내릴 수가 있겠다. And the last news, well, we cannot go away without mentioning stocks. And stock hits a correction territory. We call correction territory, correction period, as Putin's move draws sanctions from the West. Now, a lot of Western countries, NATO countries, and US especially, now they're going to put sanctions against Russia because Russia attacked the Ukraine. And escalating tension between Russia and Ukraine pushes stocks lower on Tuesday, adding to turmoil this year and leaving the S&P 500 more than 10% down, from January peak. So a lot of people are saying that this Wall Street is saying they call this kind of situation is correction period. So it's a two heat up, right? Because stock continuously climbing up, but we need to cool down. So it's a correction period. That's what we call. And it doesn't happen often. The last time was February 2020, when the investors were in panic over the emerging coronavirus pandemic. We'll see the chart. Interesting. And the interesting point is the potential global economic ramification of the conflict in Ukraine have encouraged traders to seek the safety of treasuries. We're talking about a 10-year treasury bond yield, which has pulled down yields for the benchmark US bonds. About a week ago, yields for 10-year treasury note passed the 2%. You remember the news brief in the beginning, we always introduce a 10-year treasury yield. It went over 2%, but now it's what? Tuesday, for instance, the yield hovered around 1.94. Okay, this is the chart we want to take a look at. Very interesting. Again, the Wall Street Journal did a good job. I really admire their mentality and their brain diligence to put this kind of statistics and draw. Very easy to look at for layman point of view. So this is the situation here. So overall, the stock went down quite a bit. This is what? This is the COVID situation, outbreak. Then climb up, and some bumps here, and climb up. And this is the Delta situation is right here, Delta variant. Okay. And Omicron, we didn't have a major drop, but some drops here. Okay. Now, this period is Russia. situation here. At the end, it drops about 10%. From January top, right now is 10%. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see. Okay. Okay, what says here? So this drop here is called the correction. So this is a correction period in terms of a stock. Okay, falling 10.3 point from January top. So this would be a correction period because of a Ukraine situation here. And this was a delta situation here. It dropped a little bit, but bounced back. And there's some drops, but still could keep going up. And depending on the coronavirus statistics announced, it drops a little bit. Again, this was outbreak of coronavirus. Okay, and it dropped minus 33.9% from the previous peak, because this is the pandemic period, because it's shocked, because they got panicked. But then the stock went up again, and right now it hit January, but 10%, 3% down. So they call correction period. It was interesting chart. Okay. 지금 유크레인 사태가 지금 텐션이 좀 더 심화되니까 지금 뭐 서로 공격을 시작했다 뭐 이렇게 있는데 아직 서방 국가 쪽에서 파이어를 시작한 건 아닌 것 같아요, 그죠? 네이토도 지금 긴장하고 마지막 대화를 할 수가 있는 단계다 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 하고 있는데, 그런데 스탁은 어떻게 반응을 했느냐 하면은 스탁은 지금 떨어졌어요. 그래서 일종의 월스트리트 같은 데서는 이런 거를 조정기라고 얘기한다. 조정기, correction. 근데 January 탑 했을 때보다 지금 10.3%가 떨어졌다. 그래서 이제 조정기에 들어갔다 이렇게 얘기를 한다고 하는데, 한 가지 포인트는 그 10-year Treasury yield가 이제 그쪽으로, 그러니까 전국이 불안해지면 돈이 트레저리 쪽으로 모인다고 그랬죠. 그러니까 돈이 많이 모이면 많이 사는 거죠. 그러면 그 yield는 떨어진다고 해요. 트레저리 yield는. 그래서 2.5를 넘어가다가 지금 1.94로 다시 좀 진정이 됐다. 떨어졌다. 그런 얘기죠. 우리 30년 고정 모기지는 요거하고 연결이 되어 있기 때문에 뭐 우리는 괜찮다고 볼 수 있는데, 근데 워낙 경제가 이제 복잡한 방정식이기 때문에 어떻게 진행될지는 모르겠다. 그리고 이 차트는 아까 말씀드린 대로 이게 그래피컬하게 볼 수 있어서 상당히 재밌는 차트라 소개해드렸습니다. Okay, that's it for today, and thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next week.